Hip-hop is the culture the world reflects. Status on the streets can bring you hood respect, but usually a block star's met with death. It's a dangerous game, homie, watch your step. Yeah, the cars and the women are enticing, but those envious bullets, could end your life, man. Thinking a big boss soars like an eagle until you're double crossed by your own people. Hip-hop murders, hip-hop murders, hip-hop murders, hip-hop murders, hip-hop murders.
Currently, we are walking in Columbus, Ohio right now. I'm about to make a right onto Dort Place, and this is the location where 26-year-old Columbus-based rapper Courtney Bruce, also known as Boog the Bandit, was shot and ultimately killed. Originally, Courtney was a model for Chris Brown's clothing label. It was called Black Pyramid Clothing. And then later on, she started wanting to, get a career into rap music like a lot of younger kids do nowadays. And she was making a little bit of traction in 2021. She had released a few singles on YouTube. You had Hard Away, Risky, and another one, Hot Topic. She started making a little bit of traction with some well-known people in the hip-hop industry. Nothing groundbreaking, but that's, you're a young kid. You got to get your start from somewhere. And on May 20th of 2021, Courtney came here with a friend down the street right here. Now, I don't know why they came here. I don't know if they were buying something or selling something, but they arrived down that right there. That's a cul-de-sac. And there was nothing to be bought or sold. They were set up to be robbed. So according to eyewitnesses, there was at least 3 or 4 people, and they pulled out guns on Courtney and her friend. And they said, well, give us everything you got. So the gentleman that was with Courtney, he was robbed of his cell phone. He was robbed of whatever cash he had in his pockets, and whatever jewelry he was wearing. However, Courtney wasn't going down without a fight. I believe she resisted the robbery. She refused to hand over anything to them. And then immediately, shots are fired. It's around 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and this is in May, so it's in broad daylight. They're just shooting up the place. So I want to say the car was probably parked right over there. So as soon as the shots ring out, car takes off with Courtney inside, and quickly the gentleman that was with Courtney realized that she was shot multiple times. This is Mount Carmel Hospital East. That in front of you is the trauma center. This was where Courtney was driven by her friend to the hospital. Now she comes up right here to the trauma center, and she does get out of the car on her own free will. She walks into the reception center, and of course, she's covered in blood. I'm imagining now it's about a 4-mile drive. She's having a hard time breathing. They immediately admit her into the ER, and she would be dead, I want to say, within about 20 minutes. It was a very horrible crime, to say the least. This woman, she only wanted to make enough money doing music to have it to where her mother could retire from her job as a medical assistant. And it just goes to show you, even when you're not a big time rapper, the streets are still very dangerous. Now, this crime would go unsolved for a few months until 3 men were later on apprehended. Well, 2 men and a 17-year-old teenager. So later on, 22-year-old Kyson Murphy was arrested and charged with murder and robbery. And another man, Jumada Williams, 23, was also charged with the same crime. Now, it took them a little bit of time to find the third individual, 17-year-old Sincere McIntyre. He went on a little bit of a high-speed chase with the police. They had to use spike strips, all this and that. Finally, they got him to stop. He fled with his person that was in the car with him. They found a gun, they found drugs, and he was arrested. Currently, all 3 individuals are in jail right now. However, Kyson Murphy did take a plea deal. He pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter and robbery. He probably rolled over on the other 2 guys, probably told the police everything that they wanted to hear in terms of who pulled the trigger, whose idea was it. When they did a search warrant on Kyson Murphy's residence, they got his phone, and on his phone, it said in explicit text messages that we're looking for somebody to set up, and they needed a large amount of money for some unknown reason. The prosecutor in the case is seeking a sentence for him of between 12 to 16 years in prison. I hope he gets the latter. The other 2, they have not, they've been charged with the first-degree murder and the robbery, but for right now, they're just sitting in jail. I believe Williams is in the Franklin County Jail. I don't know where Sincere McIntyre is. But I'm assuming they're going to stick it to those guys. And I don't know where Courtney is buried. The family had a GoFundMe. They were looking for people to donate for her burial and for a stone. So all it says is that she was buried in South Carolina. I don't know if that's where originally she's from or what have you. But, you got 3 morons who are robbing this girl, and she doesn't even have her family doesn't even have enough money to bury her. I mean, ultimately, just 3 losers who committed this crime. Instead of these guys getting jobs and saying like, hey, let's pool our money together and start a business and work really hard. No, they just rather take from you, and they rather take from me. Good riddance to all 3 of those individuals. Hopefully they stay in prison for a very, very long time. And rest in peace to Boog the Bandit. She could have blew up. Who knew? Who knows? But she wasn't given the opportunity. She definitely had the look. And she definitely had the sound to perhaps make it big. I mean, I'm not the greatest judge of hip-hop who has the knack for it or whatever, but at the end of the day, just a very, very sad story. And guys, let's remember, I'm not saying that Courtney was resisting the robbery, but I read online that it appeared that she put up some kind of she said no or something like that. Whatever the case might be, if somebody sticks a gun in your face, take it. Your life is worth more than any amount of jewelry, any money in your person, or your stupid cell phone. It ain't worth it. Give them what they want. All right, you're more important. It's your life, okay? Don't worry about, they took from me. Hey, let me tell you, every dog has his day. Every dog has his day. I will catch up with you on the next vlog, guys. You good, y'all? Be safe out there. Peace out.